What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Just a brief little message. In this video, I want to talk about how one of the #1 assaults on you as an individual from the New World Order here in this matrix, here on Earth, is through the food and water supply. The food supply is an absolute joke. I mean, go into a supermarket and just walk down any shelf and just randomly pick an item off the shelf and read the ingredients. Almost everything is contained, or is full of, gluten, vegetable oils, preservatives, metals, you name it. These foods do not belong in the human temple, the human body. Most of the food in the supermarket is garbage, and statistically speaking, most people eat a bulk of their diet or a bulk of their calories from garbage, processed, refined carbohydrates, all the crap on the supermarket shelves. The water supply is another thing, and we go over this extensively on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to be repetitive, but the water supply is full, and I'm talking about the tap, is full of disinfectant byproducts, algacides, cobalts, radioactive constituents, chlorine, chloramines, again, hexafluorosilicic acid, hydrofluorosilicic acid, fluorine derivatives, and compounds. It's just insane. Have you ever done any research on just what excessive amounts of chlorine does to your gut microbiome and your gut flora? They are intentionally spiking the water supply in the food with things like estrogen mimickers, things that destroy your hormones, things that throw your hormones all out of alignment. You have to ask yourself why that stuff is in there, and we know why it's in there, folks. We know why it's in there. So, again, one of the #1 assaults on your health by the New World Order here in the Matrix, here on Earth, is through the food supply, the water supply, and on top of that, the air supply, but we're not going to get into that in this video. Did you know that in 1976, the U.S. Public Health Department said that only 1.5% of all Americans were actually healthy? Again, did you know that in 1976, the U.S. Public Health Department said that only 1.5% of all Americans were actually healthy? And now we're here in 2021, and there's more pesticide, herbicide, larvicide, insecticide, glyphosate in everything. It's just the amount of garbage in the food supply is through the roof. It's much higher than it was in the 70s. When the U.S. Public Health Department deemed only 1.5% of all Americans were actually healthy. So if you think that people are healthy in this nation or in this world, you've got it backwards. Most people follow roughly the USDA food pyramid, which has on the bottom level gluten. They want you to eat they want the one food group that you eat the most foods from. They want you to eat gluten-containing foods, breads, pasta, gluten-containing grains and starches. Guys, gluten is a family of proteins of which there are two main proteins, gliadin and glutenin. These are incredibly difficult for your stomach acid to break apart. Your stomach has a very difficult time breaking apart the amino acids and liberating them from their chemical bonds, these gluten proteins. So they get ferried into the small intestine undigested, and they go through your small intestine and wipe out your colonies of villi. Villi are your absorptive tissues. They take nutrients that were pre-digested in your stomach, and your system absorbs them. Gluten destroys your villi. This is why so many people run into digestive issues, myself included, if I eat gluten. So one of the first keys is to get the fuck off of gluten. We go over this extensively on my channel. I'm not going to be repetitive. Let's keep this under 4 minutes. Peace be with you all.